What do you think, you're gonna get a medal? First! I love the attitude though. What's the way to start my week off? Alright, hey, it's me. It's 5XP. Where's my golf clap? No, I'm just kidding. Don't need that. Anyway, no delays today. I don't think it's going to arrive until after today's stream's over. And it equals the Screaming God box, which has, my God, there's a Parasite Queen, and it's a Node 4 kind of Screaming Antelope extra goodness. That's gonna be something else, I think. So yeah, so that brings me to Friday. Friday I've got a game right at the end of the stream time, which kind of makes it so I have to leave earlier, which means I have to end the stream earlier, and I have to get there at like 1:30 or so to the rink, which really kind of kills being able to do a full session of Kingdom Death. So what we on Discord decided was that even though I get my box today, UPS says it's going to be out for delivery today. Even though we're not getting it today, we're going to do it on Friday. We're going to do an opening on Friday. No metal. I had that conversation with my youngest one. She was like, let's get the ladder. I'm like, wait, spell ladder. L-A-T. Like, no. L-A-D. Yeah, no medal for being first. Although you are first in my book. All right, so today, as far as the painting bit of the painting chat, I have more motivation than I did last week to like be here and paint, but I don't know what I want to do, right? So could work on my nukes, could try to figure out what the hell I'm doing with my white dragon for my RPG, my D&D campaign, which we had a really good session on Saturday. Got to figure out what I want to do with that. I've got, of course, these guys waiting in the wings. The KX droid, the K2SO from Rogue One type guys. And then I also have my Phoenix. This has been painted a while. I really didn't like the way it turned out. The front is, I like the base and everything, the broken shields and stuff, but it's supposed to be like a charcoal thing is just way too black. There's no detail in the face, the beak, the inner face, the mustache. It's all just black. And then I don't think I gradiented well enough on the yellows. So I want to get the yellows, and then, I don't think I noticed until after I sprayed it with, varnish, that I never got the claws. I never went and stinking painted the claws. There's little fingernails. So I've got that I want to touch up as well. I don't know. I'm open to suggestions. Phoenix, I think we're gonna see before, in the current campaign, I think we're gonna see Phoenix before Nucalope. Nucalope is, I don't know. I think I might do maybe one more layer, focus layer on the bone, the horns. I've got to do his eyeball, the teeth, the tongue. I got to do this head. I got to do, paint the hair red and do details on the face. I wanted to do a little bit more work on the hooves. Let's see, what else did I want? Oh, and then I have to do the highlighting all around on the body, right? The raised. So there's plenty of work to do on Nuke Lelouch. And this guy, oh my God, I don't know. I feel like every time I pick this thing up to paint, I do something, and then at the end of the session, I'm like, why did I do any of that? So do I need to go back over this? Just stinking start from fresh? Or what? Like, I don't like the horns being bony. I think I need to go back over them in white. And then I need to do his face. And And I think I put too much brown on the chest. It's just a stinking mess. It's just a stinking mess. Look at that. 30, are you freaking kidding me? 35 streams? Have I even been doing it that long? Ethan. All right. Thanks, bud, for watching. Over on Kick. Appreciate you, bud. Yeah, oh boy, it's been a while. All right, what are you guys thinking? I don't think any of them are gonna get done today. I don't think anything's getting done today, but I can work on something. I'm leaning towards Phoenix. I'm leaning towards Phoenix. What do you guys think? Anything just popping out? Just popping in there? I'm really in a very laissez-faire attitude today. Do the bird. L'oiseau. Alright, so where do I want to start? Let's talk about this bird, right? I loved the base, right? I did all kinds of stuff, right? I took a bunch of the armor packs, or armor things from the sprue. There we go. You know, I got a broken, was it Sonic Tomahawk? I got, you know, a spear, got the shield in there. I got a bunch of bones and skulls in his nest back there. Really did enjoy making that base. I really hated the little wood, whatever freaking driftwood thing it came with. That drove me nuts. Right. But anyway, I made it my own. Yeah, I don't know. See, I'm actually more scared of the Phoenix than I am of the Gigalion and Nucalope. Nucalope because, you know, we're building our own characters, our own gear sets, our own peoples, and I can kind of keep track of that a little bit better. But this guy with his cease to exist mechanics, bless it. You don't want to take. Yeah, do we build our guys up so we have a bunch of real high XP guys and go in and just pray I don't get, you know, there's Jesus, not timeless eye. What's the thing that pushes 4 years on them? I can't remember. Spiral time or whatever. And then, oh, then I'll shut up. Spoilers. Then yeah, I'm totally shutting up. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to, on his face, I'm gonna do a dark gray on the bill. Yeah, I did some kind of like bluish stuff down here on his eyes, but it's not enough. Not enough. I'm gonna do a real light gray on the mustache, and the goatee. But I think I'm gonna do like a desert yellow skeleton bone on the beak. Either that or I'm gonna go with a dark gray with a light gray dry brush. Maybe that needs to be, that's a little bit more thematic. And then I need to paint his fingernails and these little claw things, skeleton bone. And you know whatnot. Skeletal to bleached bone is the plan. With a bleached bone highlight. I need to separate the beak from the rest of that. And then yellow all the way around. Probably more so on this little tail piece than the wings. But yeah. All right. Let's do boy. You think Okra would? So that's. I'm torn between those two because the whole theme for me was that, you know, this is where the fire started. It's burning out this way, and now it's kind of dying here. It's like more of the charcoal bit, and this is the flame. It was the theme. but I don't know if the bone material is gonna make that look off or if it's gonna be okay. I'm just worried to play with that. So I think I might do the yellows first. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know. I don't think there's a wrong answer, really. But I'm doing the yellow touch with the demonic yellow. And what do I want to... Don't really want a dry brush, do I? Maybe I do need to just start with a dry brush and see how that goes. Yeah, I'm excited that that doorbell, when that rings, it's gonna be I'm gonna be jumping out of the table. Out of the chair, excuse me. Know how much yellow I want. I really don't. I know I want more than what I got. Really sure I'm getting the yellow I'm wanting. Let's just give the straight brush a try here. You know, I think I might like this application style a little bit better. I think I want to keep the stem or whatever the heck you would call that. I'm not a birdologist. Oh, I'm here all week. Try the view. Dip your weight stem. I'm not even sure you could see the difference on your on the screen. I think I want to get this whole feather. I don't think I want it just the tip. Yeah, I like that. That's better. Now, when I first did this, the yellow did seem like it was more obvious, but, you know, after I sprayed the sealant on, the varnish, it was just like, well, where'd it all go? And thus the regret. Every time you play it, be like, yellow enough. But the oranges are really still exploding underneath, so I think it just will be this easy, just to touch up like I'm doing here. And doing it this way, it'll be a little bit more natural instead of, you know, dry brush patterns. My inconsistencies are a bonus when it comes to natural phenomena. Who's the tip? There's a joke in there somewhere, but I'm not gonna stoop to that level. So my D&D group this weekend, we had a good time. It was mostly just the fact that we hadn't done it in like 4 months with holidays and schedules and stuff. You know, like my boy doing his rocket, or not his rocket, but his robot, you know, tournaments and stuff. Unable to join. So, you know, finally getting everybody back to the table was a lot of fun. And everybody just jumped right in. That's always fun. There was no like, I don't know where we were. I hate that. We didn't have any of that. We just jumped right in. Tried to kill 2 of them. Sadly, it didn't work. A lot of ghouls in this one. A lot of paralyzing, or attempts to paralyze. Unfortunately, their rolls for like resisting the paralysis were really good, and that just made me even more mad. It's like, why won't you die? I always joke with them, like, you ready to roll another character? I'm coming for you. Yeah, it's true. It's true. When you, I'm not being mean. I'm not trying to be mean, friends, if you're watching. But, you know, I think this is like, you know, a highlight, you know, something they look forward to. When you get old, you look forward to shit a little bit more. The shit you enjoy, you look forward to it more. And I totally agree with that, because when I play hockey, I'm like, I'm chomping at the bit. It's hockey's time. Let's go play. And also, we left it in a good spot. Right? They were in the middle of a like a haunted, abandoned like mountain fortress. And we left, and it was like, okay, you know, we're gonna just stop here after the spiders. We're just gonna call it. So everybody remembered. Yeah, we just got there. We spot the spiders, and we're ready to go. Like, all right, let's go. Yeah, I'm digging this little approach that I'm doing on this. I feel like it's working. The little yellow highlights are looking good to me. That's all that matters. I went to my friendly local game store, you know, when I bought all the like the neons and stuff for my nuke. And normally they do like a miniature painting contest. And I was like, oh, jonesing, because I got there right at, right at the beginning of the month. I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe I can actually do a miniature painting contest. I get in there, I'm like, hey, what's the mini for the contest this month? And they all look at me like, oh, yeah, the guy who was doing the miniature painting contest, he moved. Like, this is the first month we're not gonna have it in like, you know, 10 years, and I'm just like, go figure. Go figure. It's probably an opportunity for me to say like, hey, I'll do it. I'll take it. Maybe I should call him back and say I'll take it. That's it. If I didn't have as much on my plate already, I might do that. So that'd be kind of fun, getting to pick a mini for everybody to paint and do monthly paint-alongs. It's not like I don't have time to do that. Pretty cool. Of course, they would have to be from the stock of the store. Yeah, right when I get interested. They do Reaper minis and things like that. So it's not a huge painting following, which is probably why the guy left. He's like, whatever. I'm out. I have no reason. I have no idea why the dude left. He just moved, I guess. How dare he? We've got a sorceress, we've got a pally, we've got a warrior, and we've got a druid. So we've got a pretty balanced party as far as abilities and whatnot. That's a lot of fun. The pally's enjoying his mace that does radiant damage against undead, and you know, the druid's enjoying turning into a bear and beating down some ghouls. So it's a lot of fun right now. Gonna try to play not this weekend obviously, but next weekend as well. Strike while the iron's hot and the schedule is open. Say I could stream that, but I don't know if a couple of people would give me permission. And I'm not the pushy kind. Not the pushy sort. Alright, I'm definitely liking that a lot better. Well, it's still subtle compared to what it was, but it is more yellow. Maybe I need to just brighten up the tips a little bit more towards the end here. Not really, it's showing up just a little bit. I think I might need a bigger brush for the tips. A bit more paint. Yeah, so Lantern Year 7 is when we see this bad boy. So we got some decisions to make as far as what the hell are we doing until then. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what's next. Knowing that whatever it is, if we choose to go up a level, you know, it's going to be tough. Just thinking Nucalope. Oh, I don't know what to say. I have PTSD from fighting him, but I am wary of how easily he killed me when he started getting his combos. I am aware of his lethality. Thumper, welcome, welcome. Yeah, welcome to the show, man. What brings you here today? We're just chitty chatting about the Kingdom Death campaign we've got on Fridays here on the channel. Battletech, I gifted, let's see, like a starter kit and what else? Like a bunch of, I don't want to call them booster packs, right? They're not, or maybe they are booster packs, right? Like you don't know what mech or support vehicles are in the pack or whatever. Give that to my my nephews for Christmas. I should check in to see if they're playing that at all. Oh, migraines are the worst. I get COVID easy. I get sinus and ear infections easy. Don't get migraines. You know, I think I might have had a migraine once. Probably tied to kids' behavior. Maybe. I felt like Billy Crystal be like, class dismissed. I've got a headache in my eye. So I have friends that get migraines and they are debilitating ones. So I feel for you. Feel for you. Apologies and sympathies. Most plentiful. I'm really digging the way this is coming out here. The way this is turning into a more yellow finish at the end. But yeah, welcome everybody raiding in. Yep, Phoenix, Kingdom Death Monster Phoenix. Painted, I don't know, 2 years ago. Just didn't like the way it was not highlighted very well. Yeah. Yeah, just wanting to crisp up the finish on this one. So if you can see on this side, it's very meh with the transition from orangish yellow to yellow, and we're just crisping it up. I think this looks way better. I think I might even just leave it. I think I just like the way it looks now. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna crisp up just this last little row or two here, then adjust these. Why I never painted them, I don't understand. They don't look right. That's supposed to be skin, not feathers. It should be something else. Yep. But I've changed since then. It was 2 years ago. You know, one of my other friends is painting up his Battletech. He posted those on, you know, another Discord I was in. He did a real simple, like, blue and green and red kind of motif. Hey, thanks a lot, thanks a lot, thanks a lot. Appreciate all the new followers and subs and all that kind of stuff. You guys are awesome. Yeah, he did a real simple, I don't want to say simple. I don't know. you know, what his process was. He did some real cool metallics and greens and a lot of insignias. I don't know if he freehanded them or used water slide decals, but it looked awesome. So makes you want to play. Painted minis make you want to play more. At least that's what it does to me. I got the AC repair guy coming out today as well. Yay. So I gotta wait for that phone call too, because you know, if you don't reply to them and say you're home, they're gonna be like, next house. Oh, it's not even an AC repair. Maintenance. It's like a maintenance thing, maintenance plan. They're just gonna come out and tell me it looks great. Thanks for my money, and then go home. How nice of them. It's a good business plan, though. Got a great idea. Well, we'll set up this maintenance plan. We'll call it a maintenance plan. We'll go out, shake some cables, make some noise, make some banging noise, and we'll tell them everything checks out. We're swimming in the dough. Hell yeah. Ooh. That's the #1 paint color I have, is I've got a lot of greens. I don't like mixing and blending my own greens so much. Yeah, I should take a class, maybe at Gen Con this year, on blending a little bit better. Or mixing, paint mixing. Those people, they're not real humans that just take, you know, blue, red, white, and whatnot, and just think and do their whole palette. They make me sick. Show-offs! Get out of here. Yeah, blues and greens. Yeah, blues and greens make up the majority of my stinking stuff. Flesh blending is basically required. So, you know, I do a little bit of that when I'm, you know, looking for specific tones, you know, hot and cold tones on faces, which I don't enjoy doing, but I do it when I have to. Hey, thanks for coming in. Thanks for the raid, everybody. And yeah, lurkers, love them. Enjoy. We'll catch you later. I love robots. Robots are awesome. My boy really likes Pacific Rim movies. That simple, like, no need to think too hard, just enjoy big robots smashing stuff. Yeah. I need to get him in maybe to, like, the MechWarrior games. I bet he'd really enjoy romping around. You know, doing his own loadouts and whatnot. He'd really enjoy that. think I'm getting what I'm wanting out of this. Probably do these last couple feathers over here and call it a day. On this wing at least, for yellow. Yeah, this feather's calling out, screaming for yellow. I think this one maybe needs a bit extra, being so out. There we go. So far, so good. Need a little bit more though. So Tuesdays are paint and chat. Wednesdays and Thursdays at the moment are plays of Claire Obscure Expedition 33, which I'm really enjoying. Voice acting is top notch. RPG elements, check. Hilarity when I screw up, check. All kinds of fun. I enjoy that a lot so far. I'm playing on regular mode, not playing on like story or super expert, but it makes it so that when I show how bad I am at dodging, I'm not like punished severely for it. Oh, it tells me. Oh, and it reminds me constantly, like, dude, stop sucking. But at least it doesn't just say like, you need to quit this game right now. You need to just walk away. So that's nice. Because I think in my first day, I was getting that feeling. But now I'm understanding that the way the combat's going, or designed, and it's a little easier. It's getting easier. I get real excited when I completely dodge an attack now. Basically the best part of my day. But digging the story and all its complexities so far. And then Fridays, typically, this is an atypical week. We do Kingdom Death Monster board game plays. So we get to paint the minis on Tuesday, and then we get to play with them on Friday. It's the best kind. When you paint and then play with them. Of course, this Friday we're doing an unboxing of, because I don't have enough time, because I got a charity hockey tournament to go to and play in. That we're not gonna have, I don't think we're gonna have enough time to really play the game. I'm so disappointed too, because I have a goal set that for this campaign I want it done by Gen Con. I want it done, dusted, and just, you know, move on. So when I come back from Gen Con, I can, you know, start fresh, maybe there's some content I picked up or some new, I don't know, knowledge. Something, you know, at Gen Con, some new products or whatever. And then we can start like a post Gen Con era, fresh as a daisy, you know, with something fun and new. Oh, so the goal is to finish it. So right now, things keep creeping up. They're stopping me, you know, like spring break, family spring break plans, that stopped me for a week. And then what was this? Yeah, then this charity tournament. You know, not crappy reasons, but I'm definitely gonna have to do a marathon of some kind. Maybe not a marathon. Maybe that's not wrong. Just an extended session for the campaign on Fridays. So I'm thinking maybe when I change the date, you know, because of summer hours, maybe when I change the date, that first day, we'll do like a big, like 8-hour stinking session. I think that'd be awesome. Not so much, was it 12-hour stream like Turkey Day marathon or Black Friday marathon like we did, but you know, just a longer session. You know, get as many showdowns as possible. See if I can get Blue Knives at the table to help out, because I know with those longer sessions, sometimes the settlement phase can kind of take a little bit longer than normal. Yikes. Yikes. You know, it's those decisions like, I don't know, should we make the sword or the dagger? I don't know. And you just sit there, analysis paralysis just eats at you when you're doing it solo. Although you guys have been really good the last couple Lantern years. You know, I give an option and everybody's like, bow, 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 helping me out. So that's awesome. You know, and I can get that kind of assistance. Until it comes to like, hey, do you guys want to kill the baby? And then you're all like, yeah, let's do it. we keep getting in trouble. Maybe we should stop listening to you on the murder of innocents. It's just a monster, baby. It has no feelings. Yeah, I will definitely have to do another pass, but you can see that it's working. It's doing its thing. I don't want to paint it yellow. I want it to be more yellow than what it was. If I just wanted to paint it yellow, I'd just get my airbrush out and just lace it. Be done. But I really like the way the orange is. I think I did like Griffin something orange, and then I did Eandon yellow, and then I tried to do some yellow, but it just flat out didn't take. Either that or the varnish just said, I hate yellow. It covered it up, I can't tell. But it needs more yellow. Needs more cowbell. For the record, I said, yeah, coulda. It was up to fate on that part, right? The roll doomed us. I'll take full responsibility for that. Hand raise. Judge, for the record, let the record show I was not involved in the decision to... Although that was not the murder of innocents. That was just a dead, you know, picking over a corpse. There's no moral red tape. Well, maybe there is. I don't know. Maybe the fact that I think there isn't is the problem, is a red flag. What's your preferred profession? Grave robber! Alright, yeah, let's go back. Let's do another pass on this. But look at all the loot we've got in our campaign. My gosh. And we haven't hit a single, like, beta, what's it called, like, hunt event yet. That's crazy. Usually all the extra loot we get early in the campaigns is, like, beta content. That's crazy. No golden dagger, no golden dagger, no sword of silence. We need to get the weaponsmith or blacksmith or whatever, so we can get Ozzy his scrap sword. Otherwise, he's never gonna prof up. We're just gonna keep him in the settlement, maybe having babies or something until that day comes. I know, from now on we have to kill. We have to kill. It's a moral imperative. Gigalion Extermination Squad. And I think we just have to crit build. Any of these, anytime we go after a lion, or anything, I think we're just gonna have to crit build. Because anytime we hunt the antelope, we can get that card that says we now have to hunt the lion. So I think we just always have to be prepared to try to chop a damn lion hand off. That was the only reason we won, that was the handless lion. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this yellow is working better. I'm happy. Oh, that's his skin. That's not a feather. Alright, so after this yellow, after this last pass of yellow, we'll switch off and do the little fingers, fleshy fingers. Yeah, I'll try to refrain from spoilers when it comes to this thing, since you haven't seen it yet. Stickler, I'd hate to ruin it for you. That's part of the surprise of the Phoenix, is are the mechanics it uses and why it's different and why it's special. I think it's thematic that it's in with the Nucalope, you know, after the story in the comic book, you know, using all the Phoenix stuff from in the comic book. The comic book that came with the Nucalope is what I'm talking about, everybody. There's a little story. Phoenix related story. Alright, I'm pleased with the way that transitions now. A little bit better for me. I don't know if I'd jump straight into Screaming Antelope. Give yourself some lion time. Especially in core. You're gonna be fighting plenty of lopes. Don't rush. Hello, doggo. So about that cheeseburger, Necro. Is that like a Five Guys cheeseburger, or is that some McDonald's 99-cent? Like tiny cheeseburger. Cheeseburger, Pepsi. Alright, so let's go ahead and... What time is it? Yeah, it's about that hour mark. Go ahead and take a quick snoozer. Do a wall sit or two. Come back and we'll... Yeah, I don't... What I was thinking on painting this as if it were feathers. But man, what was I thinking? Je ne sais pas. All right, I'll be right back. We'll just take a quick Twitch break, flash some commercials, and I will be back after. All right, see you in just a few. fed myself a couple In-N-Out burgers. In the past, trips to Cali and whatnot. That is one heck of an interesting combo. Super stacked ramen. Glass of milk. Strawberry milk. All right. Enough of the yellow. I think I've had it with yellow. I'm struggling what kind of skin this would be. Struggle bussin'. On what type of skin? Kind of thinking more of like a necrotic flesh. But the more I think about it, the more I think I'm going to do like a skeleton bone finger with or maybe charred bone, bleached bone fingertips. Gee, I don't know. Yeah, let's see if charred bone will go right here. And again, thanks everybody checking it out, checking the stream out. I appreciate all your likes, thumbs up, hearts, follows, whatever platform you're on. I appreciate that support. Let's bring it down here. Anybody been watching the Stanley Cup playoffs at all? I've actually been watching a ton. Now, is this going in the right direction? Or do I want to go back to like the grays? Excuse me. Let's do a couple and see what happens. And I can leave that orange undertone if I want. I can build up around it and get rid of it. Not sure I'm liking that style. Product flesh might be a bit too green. I think I might transition to it. Uh-oh, multi-tool required. Maybe this is what I'm looking for. Yeah, I think I like that a little bit more. I think that's gonna base a little bit better. Yeah, I don't want it so completely contrasting that it just, the eyes are immediately drawn to it. But it does need to be different. So you guys know I've been trying to get that Big Trouble in Little China game going on this channel. I think that might end up having to be a Gen Con thing. A stream live from Gen Con! Just can't seem to get all concerned parties, or all interested parties, in the same room at the same time. You know what I mean? It's quite frustrating. It's one of those games I don't want to do it without, you know, one person, because that's gonna make them sad. I don't like making people sad. And I do believe all interested parties will be at Gen Con. And we're always looking to play games at Gen Con. And the game list is going to be available this weekend, or event list, right? So we'll see how many Kingdom Death events are out there. We'll see all that stuff this weekend. Very curious to see what they have from the official group. Last year it was four tables, right? Yeah, or was it 3 tables? I can't remember. Like Ark Survivor table, non-Ark Survivor table, yeah, Pariah table, and something else, right? Red Witch table, that's what it was last year. How could I forget that already? Who knows what it'll be this year? Screaming God table. I could kind of guarantee that, right? B table? Potential B table, maybe? Something to do with the forest, maybe? Very interesting. So many possibilities. Be down for any of them, really. I got a buddy who's coming into town for his first Gen Con in, I don't know, ages. So I know I gotta spend some time with him. He does magic. He loves robots, so maybe do some battle tech. I don't know. I definitely want to get as much KDM in as possible, but there are many hours in each day. Did I succeed? Oh, yes, I know. I mean, and actually, that's probably something we'll be chatting about on next Tuesday, is what the heck I found. And might maybe like talk about my priority list, because I'm gonna have to have that figured out. I did not do a very good job last year. My friends were kind of ticked at me of getting my wish list kind of in the system in a timely manner. I was really bad. Like, I did it the night before, and then of course that means everybody either has to stay up and wait for me or do it in the morning, and everybody hates both of those options. So I need to focus and make sure by Friday I have everything picked out and assigned priority on my wish list. Be a good team player this year. That's the way my group does it, the way my gaming group does it. GFI, Gamers Front of Indy. Not the popular front. We do it where everybody is everybody's friend on the Gen Con site. You can go in, make an account, you know, send invites to your friends, and that allows you to buy tickets for your friends. Anybody on your friends list you can buy a ticket for to an event, or even a badge. And so I will give Joey my list, Joey will give me his list, and we'll put I'll buy tickets for Joey's events, and he'll buy tickets for my events, so everybody has everybody's tickets on their wish list. Of course, you can only have so many. I think it's limited to like 50 events, so that's a bit annoying, but whatever. And so when the Sunday or whatever day you get to submit your wish lists, everybody's, in Discord, we're all clicking submit wish list at the same time. And the way the stupid servers work, even if I click it a hair bit earlier, if my server or my internet provider doesn't send the document to Gen Con fast enough, other people will get into queue before me, and then I'll lose all the things I want to do. But maybe Joey will get a great spot in the queue. Maybe he'll get a real early number, and therefore he'll be buying all my stuff. So it's kind of like the lottery game, right? Like you just get a bunch of people to buy lottery tickets, and then you split the pot. Kind of what it is. So we all get in, we all have the same bucket. And whoever crosses the line first, submits their bucket. Works out real well. We haven't had any issues in the last couple of years, except for me not turning my crap in to the team quick enough. Again, I take responsibility for my actions and apologize to all affected. So we'll see the events this weekend. We'll choose what we want to play. We'll give it a priority. And then, you know, on the day we submit our lists, we'll kind of figure out what's going on. Like last year, specifically with Kingdom Death, I got maybe one Kingdom Death event when my wish list processed. And then people were dropping and picking up, dropping, picking up. And so I just basically hovered over those events, waited for them to become available, and snatched them up. Even if they were like scheduled conflicts, I would just snatch them up. And then we would end up trading. Well, maybe not trading is the right word. We would, we were all in Discord in Lantern's Reign Gen Con little chat channel. And somebody'd say, okay, I'm releasing, you know, Stonehaven at 2 p.m. You know, and so people would be like, okay, okay. And then they, you know, as soon as it got released, that we would all be able to grab it. And so everybody, I think everybody at the end, when all the dust settled, everybody got a time that would work for them. So just getting your hands on a ticket is important. Well, let's see, I might not get anything. I might just have to hang out in the Lantern's Reign Discord for anybody that says I can't make my game. Show up at the table with 20 bucks and it's yours, you know, that kind of thing. They do take generics. Like if no one shows up with their actual ticket, oh, there we go. If no one shows up with their actual ticket, they will let you use generics. But that means you have to be at the table waiting and hoping no one shows up. It's a risky game to play. You're just gonna waste all your time if everybody shows up. Yeah, but who knows? Maybe they'll add more tables this year, which I don't think they should. Because it doesn't scale. It scales linearly, right? So the more tables, the more people, the more oversight, the more, you know, everything. Like it's, you need a game master, you need one of those fancy tables, you need, you know, a board, you need a mini, you need, you know, minis for the players. So it just doesn't, I don't think it scales well. But whatever they decide to do, I'm sure everybody will be happy. Last year I did not do the running of the bulls. I did not. So that's Thursday morning at 10 a.m. They open the doors to the exhibit hall, and you know, we all run to the booth to try to get our hands on whatever rare, you know, thing they have this year. Last year it was Flower Knight Bust, but they ended up having like 200 more in the store at the after Gen Con sale, so that really wasn't, you know, super special, so to speak. Well, but, you know, they have not reprints, but other items that were of low run numbers, you can get them first. But this year, I don't know, maybe I'll do the running of the bulls. I was playing I think I was playing Pariah when that was happening. I had a 10 a.m. game at the table. And I was fortunate because I really didn't need anything from the booth. If this is your way to get the game, then yeah, you're gonna have to run. Because they do run out of the core game, if they have any. That usually goes fairly quick. They seem to always sell out at Gen Con with core games. What's that called? True Dungeon? True Dungeon is a D&D like live experience where they set up these LARP rooms. But yeah, they still do that. Every year they have, you know, new ones. My group did a couple of them. It just did not... We did not have the best experiences because we never had enough in our group to you know, buy out a whole game, which means you're playing with other people. And other people could be jerks. Other people could be, you know, crazy. I mean, like crazy. I mean, like, oh my gosh, get the padded jacket crazy. You know, people that are just hogging the game, you know, just forcing their will on everybody. It turns it into not fun. But it is cool. It is pretty cool. The whole, you have your items, like they're little, you know, poker chip kind of things, wooden poker chip kind of things. And so if you get a, you know, reach into the bin, you might get an upgrade, you might get a potion, and you can equip it and run the dungeon with that gear. It's got some really cool elements. But again, where it fell short was the people. For our groups, we don't go anymore. And it's expensive. I can't remember how much it was, but I remember not being too excited about paying for it. I was like, oh my gosh, we just paid that much for that? It's like, oh my goodness, that's expensive. And that's just for the ticket to enter, let alone like, hey, you want to go in? Do you want to actually be successful? Then you have to have the best gear. And that means, you know, buying, you know, random draw packs or trading with the people that have all the chips in the world outside the game. You know, the guy who opens his trench coat and has all the watches and stuff. Yeah, that guy. What you guys need? I got what you want. May need to do another layer on this. I mean, I'm thinking. I mean, we haven't done it in 10 years, right? At least that's what my brain is saying. I sold off all my chips. I had a pretty nice setup. I had like tokens for level ups. I had tokens for all kinds of stuff. Major awesome strength stuff. And I think one of the weirdest parts was you weren't rolling dice in the game. Like you were doing stinking, what's that game called? Where you put your sword in a little disc and you slide it. What the heck is that bar game called? What is that? Shoot, I'm losing my mind. Anyway, there's an agility game that you have to play in order to do damage. And I don't think that one hit quite well. I don't think that, because not everybody's into that kind of thing. But there were lots of puzzles where there were, you know, logic puzzles or math puzzles or whatever, so you'd have to just, you know, work with your team and discuss what the answer was. You know, a lot of times they'd be on a timer. They're like, maybe the lava was like rising or whatever. It keeps the game moving, so you know you're not trying to just sit in there for an hour and solve the puzzle when other people are waiting behind you, because it's very queue driven. Like every 20 minutes a group starts the maze, the gauntlet. So they try to keep you moving. Ah. But I enjoyed that when we played it, you know, when it was early, when it was fresh. I know I saved my team a couple times with some decisions. Like, where, you know, we're running out of time and two parts of the room are like, we should go left, we should go right. And I'm just like, I'm going. And I would just go left and they'd be like, that's the right answer. And I'd be like, yay. Like, you have no idea. You just want to stop the bickering. I've been killed many times as well. Where like the monster does, you know, X damage to you, and you can't stop it. You have only so many hit points, or whatever. Been killed by monsters, I've been killed by traps. It's fun. I definitely recommend going if you can get a whole lockout for your own group. Like, so you know who you're going in with, you know their tendencies. You know if they're a complete douche or not. If they'll push you into the lava to save their own skin kind of person. I don't like going with Joey, he's a bit of a jerk. Alright, now I've got to completely change these claws. Was I thinking bleached? Oh yeah, now I can try the bleached bone. See what that looks like. Oh no, this is charred bone. I'll probably play with some layers on this though. Charred to skeleton bone to bleach bone. Yep, already answered. Yes, Dragon King has lava tiles. And the only time you can get those lava tiles out is on when you have Dragon King as a quarry, or you're doing People of the Stars. So, very specific terrain tile. I do like the way it plays, though. I do like the way it plays. No spoilers! Still, the People of the Stars, probably one of my favorite campaigns. I just really like that one. And you really, and that's a campaign. Just don't read ahead. Don't look at cards. I don't look at cards unless the game tells me to look at cards. You know, just don't. There's too many spoiler opportunities to ruin a good surprise. So I don't know. It doesn't mean you guys have to. Some guy chastised me on Reddit when I was just like, absolutely not. Nope, don't do it. I was just, you kidding me? Like, why would you ruin the surprise? Are you kidding me? This guy looks in his parents' closet, you know, for Christmas presents. Shame, shame, shame. That's after knowing Santa doesn't exist, right? Like he does that. Yeah. Like I do not look at hit locations. I do not look at AI cards. I'll look at armor sets. Like I'll just see like, oh that's cool. You know, like, oh, I wonder what jump is, you know, or whatever. Or I wonder what slam, or you know, all that kind of stuff. Like, oh, can't wait to see that. But I won't look at fighting arts. I think that it might give too much away. Yeah, it's just a lot I don't look at. I don't typically look at resources either. Yeah, I just don't look. I definitely don't look up like strategies either. Like, whoa, man, that would totally ruin it. And don't forget to dodge his super slam ability. Be like, oh, what? Or don't ever get close to him because he'll do this. Be like, man, come on, it just ruins it. I mean, if you gotta know, I guess you gotta know. Go ahead, but it's not for me, and that's fine. Everybody's different. Yeah, figuring out for yourself when you faceplant head, like you go straight head first into the trap. That's the best part. That, in my opinion, is the best. Like when you have all your guys in a line. Oh, actually, I was about to say another thing. I don't know if Stickler's done yet, so I was about to spoil something. Don't do it. Don't do it. Not gonna do it. Oh yeah, your second lion fight will be, it's totally different, right? The whole standing behind it, you know, not in front of it, all that kind of stuff. Maybe I should bring a spear. Maybe I should make a ranged weapon. All of that stuff. Yeah, it's just part of learning. It's not a build off of the experience of those that came before kind of game. It's your own. feel like I'm doing nail polish. You want crystal gel? Crystal gel? Okay. That'd be $10. Son of a bitch. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to do his fingers maybe a little bit. I'm not really digging the way the claws and things are going. I might have to deal with that. Or the skin. Might have to really darken that. Maybe with a wash. Let's get his fingernails. I don't usually get bone darts. I don't typically do that. This one I just had an extra bone and felt like doing it this time, but I usually just go with spears if I can. Spears and catgut bow. Kind of the way I go. Which of course is the only way to go. Shh. Of course. Do it any other way, you're a loser. Loser. Alright, I don't even need much more on the nails there. I think I'm fine with that. Alright, while those little fingers dry, I do need to find a real light gray to put on his mustache. Which one's Old Master? Why does that not ring a bell to me? Why does that not ring a bell? Oh, legendary. Okay. Good luck to you, sir. Just getting a quick little crappy coverage of gray on his mustache. Doesn't even need to be perfect. I'm okay with the black being in there. Ah. Just so it's a different color. more I think about it, the more I want to just do a dry brush in like a brown on the beak. Or do I want to do it just up actual paint? Ah, don't know. You gotta do stuff. Now, did you have your DBK as a nemesis or a node quarry? I think they only just recently made him officially just a quarry, node 4 quarry, but you could make him a node 3 nemesis early. He was just really, really tough. So the only time I fought him, I had him as a nemesis. Nasty bit of work. I did enjoy DBK. I enjoyed the whole ball mechanic, like his dung ball. Yeah, I thought that was just wicked cool. Yeah, let's skip. I liked, you know, pushing and running away and all that kind of stuff. Trying to figure out how to get him where I wanted him, right? The whole thing, the whole mechanic. I need probably this one. Yeah, no, it's a good. I think it's a well-designed monster. Flower Knight, I've only fought once. Again, actually, I think that was the same campaign. I had Flower and Dung Beetle. And I kind of was all like a creature build, like Flower Knight, Spider. I can't remember what I had for my Node 1. But that was a good campaign. A little bit more. Like I made the Katars, double Katars, even calcified them. Shoulders, had the shoulders. What else did I have? I feel like I did a pretty good job of farming up the stuff I needed out of that guy. I never really got any of his fighting arts, though. I didn't get them. Was it the bow? Oh, you're talking the Vespertine bow from Flower Knight. So we got that, but yeah, I don't remember fighting the Flower Knight many times. There we go. I need to recolor his tongue. Get some on his hands here. Just for contrast purposes, finding those details. So yeah, again, fighting, I don't remember getting any fighting arts from him. Man, I remember, if I'm remembering the campaign correctly, I had like no core monsters at all. I had Slenderman. Yeah, what was my... Manhunter, Slenderman, DBK were my nemesis. What else did I have? It was an interesting one. It might have been Gorm. It might have been Gorm. I do love my Gorm, but I just can't remember off the top of my head. All right. The face is a little bit more identifiable now. I should probably come in on the tongue a bit. Just give the tongue just a dash of pink. And if you want to get in on the details of the settlement of Soundgarden, just hop on Discord. Link is in the About Me section on Twitch. And hope to see you on Friday when we do our unboxing, if you're just here for KDM. Gonna unbox the Screaming God. And it will be glorious. I think we'll still start at 10. I'd rather start at 10 and make sure we get everything like under a microscope, instead of maybe starting late thinking, oh, there's not going to be much, and then going, oh crap. Know what I mean? Prepare your questions. I don't know, can you prepare them in advance? Or just make sure you have like your list of things like you want to see me highlight or whatever. I guess I don't. This will be my first unboxing video. I've never done that crap before. Thanks, Uzzies. There, just a quick little thing, and honestly I might just leave it there. I don't want his face to be super defined. All right, let's pull out the bleached bone now. Uh-oh, multi-tool required. I kept myself busy yesterday. Man. We had huge storms roll through Indianapolis, or just Indiana in general, yesterday. That was crazy. Huge blocks of red on Doppler. That was crazy. But emptied my dryer vent, like, you know, got the little chimney sweep thing, you know, the little like brush on the end, and, you know, fed it through the whole tunnel all the way through. Thankfully my dryer vent is on like the wall, an exterior wall, so I the run doesn't run very long, which is just thank God. But man, I realized how bad it was. It was a fire hazard. It was real bad. So make sure you're emptying or getting your landlord, or if you're at an apartment or whatever, just make sure they're getting your stinking dryer vents cleaned. Because oof, mine was rough. But I got it done just as the rain started. So that was nice. Didn't have to be out there on a ladder. The joys of homeownership. Like crap you just don't want to do, don't remember to do. Ugh. Yeah, my clothes started not being dry in the dryer, and I'm like, well, pretty sure I know what that means. Either a squirrel has made a nest in my dryer line, or I haven't cleaned it in 3-4 years. My bad. Now, I have had at previous residents, little critters. I think my dryer vent is a nice cozy place to spend the winter. So I wasn't gonna put that past it. So don't reach your hand in without quickly like taking a look or whatever. Unless you want to give them an early lunch. Chomp chomp. I've had birds, squirrels, all manner of tiny beasties, wee beasties. So I'm actually liking the way the reds and oranges are kind of showing through the skin. It looks kind of very natural. But I don't really like the color still of the hand or the fleshy bits. I don't really like this color. I'm trying to figure out what wash I could put on it to make it look better. Is it going to be a colored wash, or is it just like a dark wash? And I'm not doing full coverage on the bleached bone, so that some of that little like red underneath tones can shine through. I don't know if you can see that very well. Aziz! Yeah, not really. Alright, we are right at noonish. Alright, so I'm gonna take a quick fiver. Or less, typically less. Change out my water, and then stare at my washes and figure out what I want to do with these. But I think I'm pretty much to the point where I'm donesies, except for the hands and whatnot. It's looking better than it was when I brought it to my table. Alright, anyway. Can you show the toughness off? Like, I'm super curious how beefy this boy will be. Which one are you talking about? The screaming god? I think he's gonna look the same as an antelope. I don't think he's gonna be as big as a nucalope for sure. I don't think he's gonna be nucalope sized. Okay. Because he fits on a... Shoot, what does he fit on? A 50? No, it's 100, right? Maybe he is, because he's not rearing up. He's on pretty much on all fours. Maybe he is the size of a nucalope. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, obviously I'll be looking at the sprues, and then maybe even on Monday building. I don't know, or on Tuesday building. No idea. All right, but I'll be back in just a few. Don't go anywhere. So here are the things I'm thinking of, right? Either green, make it more necro-y feeling. Red, to kind of, I don't know, get it to kind of fade in a little bit more to the feathers. Or a flesh wash. I'm not entirely sure which one I think would look better. I'm sitting here staring at it, and the more I think about it, the less I'm interested in like a green. I think I might try red and flesh just to kind of get an idea. Be prepared to scrape it off when I don't like it. I didn't get new water. What in Egypt? Flesh is gonna be there. Alright, we're gonna do flesh on this guy. Well, you know, I'm okay with that. I don't know. Let's see what red looks like. Nope, 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 negatory. Oh, that's big NO. That is too plum. Red is a no-no. But I like the flesh wash. Might have to put that on a little thicker. Or at least around the knee areas. I think that's a little bit better. I can deal with that. Just trying to figure out what I want to do with the nails. I might need to do like a soft wash or something on that. I don't know. Maybe do a gloss. Do a gloss finish? Nah. What do you think for the nails? What do you guys think for the nails? Crystal gel? I love that joke. So does my wife. My wife just absolutely cracks up every time on that joke. You have a boyfriend? Oh my gosh. That's why you need crystal gel. So yeah, adding the flesh wash is really making this more tolerable. It needed to be repainted. It absolutely needed to be repainted. But it was looking a little not lifelike. Now it looks better. All right, I can live with that. Part of me wants to go back over the yellow on some of this, but I'm not gonna. You know, I think I'm just gonna leave it. I'm happy enough compared to where it was before. Okay, a little bit more flesh wash on these hands. Just looked a little pink to me. Gotta make sure that orifice is nice and painted. Another one of those what? Wait, what am I looking at moments when you're building this model? Alright, there we go. Updated Phoenix. I like it more than I did earlier today. There you go. So, bleach bone, fingernails, a little bit more definition in the face, and the moustache dunsies. Yay! Now what? Right? Remember, our choices are play with this disaster of a white dragon, do more touch-ups on this, or start my Star Wars Legion guys. Actually, well, I'm gonna go. I need to do the water. I gotta get new water. I'll be right back. Any thoughts, preferences? Okay, fine. Then we'll just keep working on Nucleope. All right. So this guy. Come on, Aussies. There we go. Thanks. Got to work on his mouth. His eyeball probably needs a little definition. I've thought about going an extra layer of highlight on the horns to really kind of make the stuff pop a bit more. Gotta do the poor lady. There we go. Poor lady who fell victim to one of the world's greatest blunders. Land war in Asia, probably. Alright, which one do I need to do first? Let's just get that out of the way. Thanks for joining me today. We're doing, well, it looks like we're just doing Kingdom Death Minions. Worked on the Phoenix, just finished my touch-ups on the Phoenix. And now we're working on the Screaming Nucalope, a vignette monster, which is also a upgraded Node 2 and 3 monster for Kingdom Death Monster, the board game. We tried to make this guy a little bit radioactive and kind of mutant ooze. Like it's working out. Or many like it, but this one is mine. Now, do we want the green to go into his mouth at all? Do we want that to have green, or are we okay just leaving the... you know what I could do? We could go back to our crusted sore with... what was it? Orc blood. And basically our purple triads, purple to pinks. Maybe he's got a blistering tongue. You require more coffee. Go get coffee. The only caffeine I've had today so far is my pre-workout from this morning. And I feel that's faded away. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to crusted sore. I'll start with that on the tongue. Oh, multi-tool required. Oh, that is chunky. That needs a little extra. I might need to put some flow improver or something in this bottle. Egad. Egads, man. Oh, that's just chalk. Yeah, gonna have to either put some mixing balls in that one or flow improver. That's crazy. Too watery. Let's move over to orc blood then. Oh, for the love of Pete. Apparently orc blood has not been used in a minute. Jeez, man, some of these paints that I have, I just don't use very often. Apparently, I need to sit them on the vortex for half an hour. Yeah, this orc blood's not going to look the same now that the pink pigment's been completely dumped out. Jiminy Christmas, come on. But yeah, I think I'm gonna make this guy more of a pustule type tongue instead of a green one. Gonna put some sores and things on it. See. Did you get your coffee? You good? I'm still waiting on my go look outside notification. Let's see if we got it. No. Oh, update. Between 1 and 3. Yep. Between 1 and 3 today, supposedly. Not sure how much I believe that. Oops. Our UPS guy's pretty good. I often wonder what my mail carrier thinks I do for a living with some of the packages. Kingdom Death, you know, just so many miniature market. Like, you know, it's like, what is this guy doing? I like how the teeth are showing through this melted flesh over here. That's great. I'm not a coffee guy. I used to be naturally wired. I used to not need anything, but then like 4 or 5 years ago, just started crashing in the middle of the afternoon. So I started doing caffeined beverages, sugary ones. It's probably part of the reason why I'm crashing. It's a vicious cycle. I love how you could see his teeth through the flash. That's so cool. Pretty neat. I like that a lot. I still need to put like washers or something on the base. Okay, it's still way too light for my liking. I don't know if what you guys have thought of yours, but I need more heft. Just putting some pustule marks all over its tongue. Yeah, well, now I know what to get you for Christmas. Some coffee snobbery. There's a whole market for coffee snobs out there. Put a little like pimple thing on each of these marks. So let's try to give it a raised edge look. It's got spots. Yeah, you can't really see it so well. Whatever, I can. It looks great. Oh, but something got delivered. Hopefully it's my new headphones. Had these HyperX ones for ever. They're pretty much just ripped apart. And they have about a 7-inch cord. So I'm always like, can't get my head off every time I move too far. I've reached the boundary, rips my head off. This new one's supposed to have a lot longer lead. I'm using this brush. My wife is a massive coffee drinker, and I mean massive, and I mean like quantities. She drinks a ton. She drinks an absolute ton. And we're always finding, you know, half-drank coffee cups of coffee all over the house. She solves her problem of not being able to find her coffee cup by just making another one. It's great. I'm cleaning that crap up all the time. It's so funny. And I'll find them in the weirdest places too. Like in the garage. Like on top of like a child's dresser. It is so funny. I find it hilarious. I have to. If I don't find it hilarious, I'll find it incredibly horrible. Really annoying, because I'm the one that's usually cleaning it all up. But I think it's funny. Ah, I got it on his tongue. Or they'll still be in the microwave, like when she reheats her cup. She'll be like, I can't find my cup, make a new cup. And then her other cup will be in the microwave. And then when she goes to microwave her current cup, she opens up the microwave and there's another cup in the microwave. Oh my gosh, it just cracks me up. Cracks me up. Alright, here we go. How are we looking on that face? Come on, Aussies. Yes. That pustule-ridden. Look at all those nasty things. The face is falling off. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, now we decided that our turtle tie-in, our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle tie-in for the Secret of the Ooze antelope was going to be O'Neill and her red hair. So let's... kind of red hair. I'll probably just speed paint the hair because I don't care too much. I've got... well, that's probably way too red. Maybe need to find a match to what kind of red hair she has. No, we might just be doing some tests. Some speed paint tests. I gotta pull up a picture of Laura O'Neill. Wait, no, Laura O'Neill. What's her name? What the heck's her name? What's her name? I can't. April! My gosh! I think Laura O'Neill used to be a girl in high school. Anyway. April O'Neill. She's got kind of brownish red in a lot of these photos. It's kind of brownish red. So we're gonna test some stuff out here. See what we can come up with for a good April O'Neill head. Oh, come on. Multi-tool required. It's a statement of the day. Oh no, this is not looking right. This is more of a brown. Yeah, that's a brown. That's not gonna work. This is way too red. I called her Laura. Carmine Dragon. That's way too red. I don't even need to pour this out. That's crazy red. Way too red. We got maybe dusk red. Let's try dusk red. You can always add some red highlights, you know, on top of whatever we find here. That's too much of a... Well, I don't know. That's a brown red for sure. Maybe just too brown red. All right, am I not gonna find a speed paint to get this done quickly? Oh, that's a FedEx truck. Darn. That's pretty red. No, Griffin, that's not the truck we want. Doggo barking at the FedEx truck. No, that is blood. That is definitely blood red. That is not what we want. Oh, poop! I don't think I have a speed paint that is that kind of red. Yeah, I don't have... Yep, nope. Alright, so... What kind of red do I need this to be? It's not even close. Sally O'Shea. You're like, who? You know, the girl from the Ninja Turtles. It's not even close. Ah, that's too pink. Ah, I just need a base color. For fuck's sake. Brown with red highlights. I don't know, that's not too bad. Yeah, that poppy red's too pinkish. Okay. I don't think I have any speed paints for it. This one's pretty damn red. That could work. Might need to mix some palette here. Some more browns. Thousand apologies for my turtle mix-up name. That was 30 years ago. Oh, don't shame me. Okay. Exploded. I feel the shame. I apologize. Alright. I'm sorry. Who this man? I do feel my own degree of shame, though. I was a major turtle freak. Yeah, when I was growing up, man, when the turtles came out, damn, I needed all the action figures. Including Casey Jones. All the bad guys, Baxter Stockman, everybody. I needed them all. I had a buddy who lived down the street whose parents were better well off than mine, who actually bought the Technodrome for him. Let's say significantly more well off than my family. Let's say significantly. That thing was friggin' wicked. I was so jealous. But no, Laura O'Neill's a real person. At least was when I was growing up. I have no idea if she's still alive. I think we decided on blood dripping instead of like mutagen on her. Yeah, let's add a little bit more red to that hair, shall we? Maybe a little bit more red. Yeah. Even just a tad bit more red. There, that looks brownish red. I like that. Now I need some serious red. Some serious red. For that tongue she's sticking out. Aziz. Come on, Aziz. Focus on his innards. I hate you too, Aziz. He doesn't want to focus. And does April wear lipstick? Does April wear lipstick? It's kind of like a pink. Like a pink. We got pink off the palette. Let's get some. Let's do some pinky lipstick. Ooh. Brushes are rough. I think I need to replace some brushes. I've got plenty, I just need to think and do it. Too wet as well. Jeez, man. That's horrible. Yeah, but I paint with this hand, says the Waco kid. I'll have to hit that with some flesh. Let's get that tongue back to being a little bit more red.
Never
Oh, fat finger. Screw up big time. Oh, I've just bumped right into her. Oh, the huge manatee. Well, worse things have happened. I will have to redo her tongue and face again. Oh well. I needed to do face highlights on her anyway. I mean, I have to go back over the face and lips and tongue. Wah, wah, wah. All because of a simple bump. It happens. Everybody doing all right out there? Remember, tomorrow is more Claire Obscure Expedition 33. We got that game on channel. We are, I don't think have we gone through Act 1? I don't think we have. We're still doing quite a bit of heavy exploring of this new place. Which is a lot of fun. Probably a bit much. We'll fix it. There we go. Oof. Poor girl. Alright, what else did I want to do with this bad boy? Oh, right. Very time-consuming highlight on all the bulging muscles. So we actually used Noble Skin from Speed Paint as the base coat for the skin. And the paint that I used for my last lope highlight was Necromancer Cloak, so we're going to go ahead and use that again. Just making sure, because I remember I got the AC guy coming at what, around 2? You know, they love to call and say, hey, I'm done with my last appointment. I could come out early. Or they skip you completely if you don't answer. Well, you didn't answer, so I went to my next job. Like, oh, thanks. Great. Appreciate it. Yeah, I need to water that down a bit more. I also probably need to do something with the... There are these veins all over the model. These little, you know, whatever. Varicose veins, I don't know what you'd call them. But maybe need to find out what I should do with those. I don't think green makes much sense, since we've already got green. It's kind of a highlight color. Could just leave him completely alone. But I'm just hitting the high spots on all the musculature. Is it doing what I want at all? Yeah, it's doing all right. For the most part, today's going to be a pretty easy day. I don't really have much going on. Should just be hanging out. And if you want to talk about Clair Obscure, or you want to talk about Kingdom Death, hop into Discord, join the conversation. All things about the campaign that we're running, the different choices we're making. Get involved. All opinions are valued. Your own projects? Me like making coffee? Are you doing any paint-alongs for the next month? Necro, are you doing anything with Christopher Robin on Discord? CR David or whatever. Hung out with him a lot during Gen Con last year. Really nice guy. He's the guy that runs a lot of the, you know, Lanterns Reign paint-along or competitions and does the rankings. He posts in the showcase channel all the time with, you know, updates and whatnot. He's a pretty cool guy. I like him a lot. Family guy. Hung out. Talked about painting quite a bit. Hopefully I'll see him this year. Hopefully he makes it. I'm not sure if this is creating enough depth. It might be too similar. But I think it'll be good. You know, oh no, that's definitely, well, maybe at least in the light, that's creating a nice color variation. I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah, on the camera it looks great. That gray is really highlight, almost like sheening the tops of the ripples of. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I mean, like Charlie Sheen? No, not Charlie Sheen. Emilio? No, not Emilio. I didn't do any of the back yet. Whoopsie! I don't know if it's drying or what, but I can really tell now. Doing smooth thigh July? What is that? Smooth thigh July. I don't know. Do I want to know? I kid because I'm so bad at faces that you know, just like a bully, I make fun of that, which I don't understand. I'm so bad at it, I just be like, yeah, well, only losers do that. Dude, I'm so bad at skin. It's so appallingly bad how bad I am at skin. I'm just, I accept how bad I am at skin. And it's just one of those things. Just like, I get it, I know it, I understand it, I've moved on. Yeah, I could do something about it. I could get better at it. Or I could just not. I could just not. And say I did. Be like, I mean, I did a class at Gen Con like 3 years ago on faces, like light and depth and shapes and all manner of science. And then they gave us to work on the things that we learned in class. They gave us the tiniest, I swear it was less than 24 millimeter miniatures to paint the faces on. And it's just like, you couldn't give us like, I don't know, a bust or something to like work like at a bigger scale so we could learn and then we could miniaturize our skill. No. Start with microscopic faces, and it was just like, I can't, I can't. You just watch half the class just stand up and walk out, take the mini and ran. Like, I ain't doing that. That's no way. All right, well, I think I'm gonna call this sucker dunsies. Except for, you know, putting like washers or something underneath this so it doesn't stinking fall. It's pretty much not exactly the way I wanted it. I think the greens probably could have been better. I am a big fan of the maw and the acanthus fire. So let's see, I wonder how much space I have for a washer. I don't know how much depth I have here. Come on. There is, oh yeah, there's not much. It's either gonna have to be a very large washer or I'm gonna have to extend the base depth. Boom. All right, well, you know what? What is that? It's 1 o'clock and I've finished tip-topped 2 minis today. 2 KDM minis are better than what they were a minute ago. All right, we got our... Oh yeah, that is so much better. So much better than what I had earlier. Yeah, the face is more of a face. Love that. And this guy. And we got April O'Neil's face done better. Yep. That redhead with the claret dripping out. Love it. All right. I think that's it for me today. I'm actually pretty happy with my red witches and how bad I am at skin. That was one of those things where I had to jump into the water to get that done because I'm like, that's a lot of skin for me. I'm not a skin. I mean, I like skin. I don't like painting skin. So that one was a challenge, and I'm happy I did that because I think Brawl's the best one for me. Yeah, probably because Seer, I didn't do a very good job. I think we talked about this. I didn't do a good job with the mold lines and gap filling, and she has that. Like on her leg, she's got a giant stinking mold line going right down there. I think like you put her leg in like at the halfway mark, there's like a giant line here and a giant line here, and I didn't do a very good job with it. It's pretty freaking obvious. But Brawl, I think I did a good job. I'm happy with Brawl. And being the person you see the most, I'm happy about that. All right, well, all right, so tomorrow again, Play Obscure. Thursday, again, Play Obscure. Friday, ooh, excitement. We are doing the Screaming God unboxing, which I've never done unboxing. Maybe I need to go watch an unboxing video to learn how to unbox. I have to like hold it and tell you how pretty the box is, and then I have to make sure the ASMR stuff is on full like volume so you can hear the crinkle of the paper. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, and we'll have some fun playing that game. Let's see how bad. Maybe we'll do some polls or some I don't know, some penalty gift subs for how bad I am at dodging. But all right, for me, 5 XP and my mini chat stuff for Tuesday completesies. It's a dunsies, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Adios, and thanks everybody for the new follows and subscribes and all that stuff. Awesome. We'll see you guys later. Adios.